This is our presentation on electric cars' environmental impact versus conventional cars by Ansel and Jack. The 1997 Toyota Prius was the first hybrid car to hit the market, which is the major spark that led to the revolution of eco-friendly vehicles. In 2006, Tesla launches the Roadster, which is the first rechargeable all-electric vehicle to be produced and sold to the public. There were a few other all-electric rechargeable cars before the Tesla Roadster, like the Chevy EV1, but it failed and was shortly discontinued.
Next, we'll show you some current common electric cars. Here we have some affordable electric sedans, such as the Nissan Leaf and Chevy Volt, which can be charged by electric plug-in. Here we have some electric SUVs, such as the Mitsubishi Outlander and the BMW X5 eDrive, and the BMW is a little more on the luxury side of the electric SUVs. Now we have our electric sport vehicles, such as the Tesla Model S and the Rimac Concept 1, which is set to be released in the future. Even though there are many upcoming electric vehicles, they're still not as popular as conventional autos.
As you can see in the graph, the blue section represents electric plug-in vehicles, and they do not nearly compare to popular hybrid vehicles and clean diesel engines as they make their approach in 2011. Here are some reasons why. The first reason is electric cars running off of coal can have negative environmental impacts of up to 80% more than conventional gas-powered cars. But electric cars using energy from renewable resources can be 50% less harmful for the environment when compared to conventional autos. In the end, it's important to know where your energy comes from to be able to determine if an electric car is safer for the environment. This can depend on the area and where your area's energy comes from. Another reason electric vehicles are not as popular as conventional is the fact that many vehicles on the market only have a range of 75 miles and cost $30,000. The Tesla is the most popular as it has a range of 200 miles with a cost of around $100,000. The Chevy Bolt and Tesla Model 3 plan to change this in the next few years. The last reason electric vehicles are not as popular as conventional is due to the fact that their batteries are not perfected. In the graph above, you can see that an electric vehicle's range is drastically impacted on the temperature of the battery. Lithium-ion batteries are the current batteries placed in electric vehicles. Lithium is a very hazardous material that is highly reactive, flammable, and explosive. These batteries can leave large carbon footprints, and 40% of an electric vehicle's carbon footprint lies within the production of a car, as compared to a conventional car that only leaves 20% of its carbon footprint. Here is a short clip that shows the dangers and hazards of lithium-ion batteries.
Shows the front of a Model S in flames following an accident in Seattle where the driver says he hit some debris on the highway.
So now that's significant, as you can tell, right? But again, it didn't get into the cabin, and obviously in Hastings' case it got into the cabin and he was killed. And you know, it caught on fire, not necessarily an explosion. I don't know if you would characterize the Hastings accident as an explosion, but either way, it obviously happens to other cars as well, and sometimes worse. But people aren't used to things that are new, so they're like, it's an electric car, oh my God, did they all catch on fire?
Since the incidents shown, Tesla has improved the safety of their cars. Software updates have been implemented to increase the distance of the battery from the ground at higher speeds. There is also a firewall placed between the passenger compartment and the battery in case this is ever to happen again. Even with these drawbacks, the Model S received the highest safety ratings from NHTSA.
Next, we'll move into the environmental impacts of electric versus conventional vehicles. Even though electric vehicles don't emit exhaust, the creation of electricity can still affect the environment. Air pollution is the most harmful type of pollution and is the act of burning almost anything, but the biggest factors are transportation vehicles and the creation of electricity from coal. The smoke and/or gas released from these is damaging the atmosphere and is a cause of global warming. Air pollution also creates acid rain, which can harm bodies of water and living creatures as well. Now to compare the burning of fossil fuels from vehicle engines and the burning of coal to create electricity for electric cars, which are the two main sources of air pollution like I mentioned before. The burning of coal for electricity is more harmful than the burning of fossil fuels for electricity and transportation because some of the harmful chemicals in fossil fuels can be removed before burning and being released into the atmosphere. As you can see in the chart, coal is the main source of electricity and is also the most harmful to the environment. Therefore, electric cars can be more harmful to the environment currently, but is subject to change in the future. Even though we said electric cars are not as popular as conventional autos, they are still young in the car world, but as they gain popularity, charging stations are being implemented in many parking areas, such as the ones on Mine's campus.